Hi, beautiful beings of light. This is Yana, and welcome to my YouTube channel. We're in the month of March. That's the 2022. Today is the new moon in Pisces, sun and moon in Pisces, right? So the energies of, I would say, watery energies, also spirituality, but emotional release, right? Emotional. And remember, the sign of Pisces got two fish. One is I would say of the light, right? The one of the darkness, and I would say it's a perfect now representation what we are going through, right? The split in consciousness, and people, you see who is who, and who is choosing what, whether it's the ascension or going back to light, to source, to God, to what is, and being of service, or they're individuals, people, humans, non-humans, also aliens, right? They're constantly choosing the being the bad players, and choosing the metaverse, and separation, and conquer and divide, and just being stuck in that ego and in that lower frequency vibration. Remember, humans, like, we're the batteries actually for those negative ones, so they can create all these wars, right? And even wreak havoc in this galaxy Milky Way. So here we go again. Russia, Ukraine, I mean, come on, that's kind of how I grew up. I mean, the history about the World War II, right? I grew up in Eastern Europe, so, and we're repeating the same thing over and over and over, like the same so-called history, which is false history, because we're in that false reality, this 3D matrix of the archons, of that inorganic artificial intelligence, right? So it's time really to go deep within, and go into your heart and get in touch with our true self, who we truly are. Go into that sacred chamber of our heart, and go to that altar and pray and meditate, and pray for peace, and praying for ascension, for enlightenment, and the energy. We have these very powerful energies, the cosmic energies, right? Those are the energy holders here, the star seeds, indigo warriors, truth seekers, empath sensitives. We are holding the Christic codes, we're holding the sacred geometry. We're holding, because we're going back to the original 12 strands of DNA, the original blueprint of the angelic luminous human beings, okay? The Stargate 12, Armathena, right, from Lyra. So we're holding the highest ascension timelines, organic ascension timelines, as possible. So that's why the inner work and everything that I do, it's pretty much a drill. It's like a soul camp for me. So again, we go over the ascension protocol, and just quickly repeat the aura fame races, or the Indigos, because again, my videos are for those who are either ready for the work, or it's about expansion of your consciousness. So only take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Quickly, we can go over some of the natural laws, because we are going to the Emerald Covenant. We're now under the law of one, the draconian stuff, right? They're above the law. It's not working. The Cabal, the Illuminati, the Leviathan race, the Master Raider races, the fallen angelics, whether the Anunnaki, the Dracos, Reptilian, of the negative faction, right? What they've been doing, and the constant creation of war, and reaping holes, in this galaxy Milky Way with their black hole technology, right? The time is over. I mean, they were informed, they've been informed, they're told. That's why we're implementing the Galactic Codex, guys. So we can go even over that, or you can download that and read it on my website, yanakalai.com. We have this new Earth jurisdiction where we are implementing the Galactic Codex, and also understanding the universal laws and embodying those universal laws, so that we can bring the divine justice here, right? We can bring the divine order. And that's how actually this matrix, 15-dimensional matrix with 15 universal time matrix with 12 dimensions, how it was created by the Christos founder races, okay? With the loving co-creation under the law of one, and with the free will, okay? So we need to bring all that back online. Wonderful things happening in those extremely high dimensions. Wonderful newsletter from Lisa Renee back from February, right? We are correcting the dark matter. We are correcting, all the geometry. I mean, the architecture, the Albion body. I mean, the grids, the ley lines, right? Everything needs to be corrected. So all these wonderful work, gatekeepers, grid workers. That's why Sandra Walter, she's been doing the work, I would say, for a couple of decades already. Join us for the unity meditation every Sunday, right? Christ light, everything. We're changing from carbon-based DNA. That's what keep us here in those low vibration and stuck and in misery and suffering. This three lower chakras, right? The carbon DNA, we're changing into crystalline DNA. Look at the sun. Hopefully you can still see me. I still want us to go to the beach, and then I go to work. You guys, I only work part-time so I can pay my bills. Other than that, this is my passion. Give all this wisdom and knowledge to you. Transfer also the light codes, right? The DNA activation to inspire you, empower you. Okay, so this is also my disclaimer that guys, I'm sharing information based on direct experiences with you, my wisdom, and how you then interpret what I'm sharing with you, the way I'm conveying this information. And this is coming through my soul signature, energy signature, through my operational system. Okay, this is how I perceive things that are happening here, whether here on this material physical plane, but also we are channeling information from those higher dimensions, ethereal dimensions, right? And whether it's the 11th dimension, the cosmic energies, with cosmic angels. And I work with the Galactics, the Galactic Command, the Ashtar Command, working with the and good faction, the benevolent ETs, the Andromeda, the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Icturians, the Lyrans, okay, the Syrians, okay. We're bringing all these energies here. They are all a star family, our galactic family, a cosmic family, okay. This Mother Earth used to be in those higher dimensions, whether that was the planet Tara or Gaia, okay. That was the 7th dimension, a dimension. Now actually the repairment of the galactic core has been happening, right? So we have access to all these portals and stargates. Remember, the stargates are in our DNA, so activation of our DNA is the key. Okay, and reprogramming our mind because of this mind control, right? That's also extremely important. Rewiring the subconscious mind, which is million times more powerful. Opening our third eye, it means we are decalcifying the pineal gland, because that's how we receive the cosmic energies, where our pineal gland is full of light, right? It's like a diamond in the middle of the brain. And of course, when we meditate, I connect to that middle of the pineal gland. My tongue is touching the upper palate, right? You bring that circuitry back online. So this is here, this area, you're touching this area, and the back of the neck up there, the first vertebrae, right? You call it Atlas. Guess what they put to super soldiers there? They put the chips, because this is the occipital lobe, right? That's where we receive cosmic energies as well. This is the 9th chakra, the 8th chakra, 9th chakra, right? And then we have the 10th chakra, right? 11, that's the portal to the higher dimension, interstellar chakra. Guys, we're multidimensional. So again, my videos are for my soul group, my tribe, right? The Indigos, the star seeds, the truth seekers, empaths, sensitives. Okay, so I know it's not for everybody. At the same time, everybody's happy. Everybody, those who are open to this, you're welcome to watch that. There's lots of information, lots of energies that are coming through me. Okay, so sometimes you can just relax and breathe. You don't have to understand what I'm saying. You can do all the studies, you can do research, and I'm here to empower you, inspire you, and only take what resonates with you. Okay, leave the rest. So yeah, that was my introduction here, guys. So yeah, the energy is again extremely powerful, spiritual, right? But there's the split of the bifurcation of the consciousness is getting really more and more profound and very palpable, right? Because the energies of the new earth are here, and at the same time we have to really dissolve and resolve everything that has been suppressed, oppressed, right? We need the disclosure. We need to expose the corruption of the wrongdoing in the entire infrastructure. I had extremely brutal experiences here in the military, the MC, right, with the MIC. So that's why, what I am talking about, I always it's reflected upon my experiences, right? The information is based on my direct experiences. This is what I've experienced. Of course, being born in Eastern Europe, right? The communism, actually growing up, it was not bad. It was actually almost like utopia. It was like living in Pleasantville, my grandparents, that they have home, house, garden, homemade food, fast food, people kind of, there was solidarity, people working with each other. The money was not an issue. There was more bartering thing, and people were really nice to each other, even though, of course, I was very lucky. When I was 13, 14 years old, we had the Velvet Revolution, so I didn't have to deal with all these communist parties, and then of course the borders opened, so I went to Italy, Austria, and then later on to France, Paris, France. So for me it was a perfect timing, because I was saying to my higher self, my guys, I'm not doing this communist thing. Something has to happen, and it did happen. And you look what is happening now again in Eastern Europe, whether has to do with the ego, with the mafia. Remember the administration here, right? Joe B here with his son, the whole gas thing going on with Ukraine, dirty money, laundering money, right? So it's not like, oh, the Russian people, the Ukraine people. Now here we are trying to expose the corruption, right? What's really been happening now, it's transpiring. So we need to also pray for those both countries. I mean, for the entire world, right? That's why invocation of the violet flame. Let's do it actually right now and send loving energies to each and every country, continent, and especially to Ukraine, Russia, Canada, and of course here United States, right? With the truckers, with the convoy, we have to pray for those people, because they're a part of us, and they are doing really very brave work, right? It's very admirable, right? Not everybody has that stomach to do it, and I do similar stuff, but I do it in those astral planes where I'm dealing with the dark command or the dark fleet, of the Nazis, right? The Orion group, and this negative alien with their alien races with their negative alien agenda, right? Nobody is going to mind control me. Nobody is going to make assassin out of me or super soldier. That's how it was intended. That thought that the negative ones, the Marines, they're all infiltrated by the Khazarian mafia. I mean, by the negative aliens, right? By the Dracos, the mafia, and so on. So, and it's not easy to talk about it. And how are we going to do all these corrections, right? I mean, I just have to pray and meditate, and I need to be the stronghold. I need to carry those energies of transformation, transmutation of truth, right? Because all these corruptions, and it's not easy to talk about, especially in that military department. So hopefully more and more of those whiteheads, connecting to the Light Alliance, or we have the Earth Alliance, connecting to the Galactic Federation, connecting to those good ETs, benevolent ETs, right? We have the Pleiadians, the Pleiadians of the positive faction, the benevolent ETs, and so on. And to me, that's with the activation of DNA, with opening the mind, opening your heart, and doing God's work, being aligned with God's will. So it does represent the inner work. So I would not estimate the power, of meditation, of, alignment, of your chakras, of your energy field, right? And the purification, drinking distilled water, eating superfood. This is all part of my Ascension protocol, how we go back to God, to source, transitioning to the next octave, harmonic universe number 2, soul connection, consciousness expansion. So for me, take time for yourself in the morning before you go to bed. Have your altar, light a candle, incense. Now people like the nak champa. That's what I burned as my incense stick, nak champa. So again, going into our heart, and remember, breath, prana, chi, energy, the life force. Right? Be aware of your breath. Long, deep inhalations. Long, deep exhalations. And start feeling that peace that comes from within. Surround yourself with that energies of love and light and peace and joy and harmony. When you close your eyes, just feel the pineal gland in the middle of your brain. And also your focus should go into your heart as well. And especially the higher heart, the thymus area. Remember how the heart has a brain as well. And it's 1,000 times more powerful than the brain in our head. So love conquers all. Right? It's a very powerful saying, and that's the truth. The loving energies, that's how we were designed. Through that unconditional love, pure energy from God, from Source, from Creator. We're children of God. So the tongue touches the upper palate. So that's where you bring all this circuitry back online. You can place hands on your chest, your heart chakra, your higher heart. Your spine is straight. I'm here sitting in my car, doing my best. Usually your feet touching the floor. I mean, those who are in a lotus pose, who are more into that yoga, that's whatever feels comfortable. Make sure you feel comfortable. And let's invoke the wild flame for our protection. Remember, the wild flame, also the energy is of forgiveness, of freedom, of moksha, liberation, of joy, of transformation, transmutation, guys. And that's also part of the understanding the universal laws. Everything can be transformed, transmuted. Remember, higher energies transform, transmute the lower energies. Even the corruption comes from like 11th dimension, right? It cannot override that pure energy, that pure unconditional love. It cannot. So those who are of the evolved souls, the ancient ones, right, that we are here constantly transforming, transmuting the anti-life, anti-Christ codes of those Dracos, right? That's the base 10 mathematics. Yeah, that's the false light, the Death Star, the Metatronic reversals, because they were high initiates, including Thoth, Thoth. They broke the Emerald Covenant. So we are bringing everything now into divine justice, implementing the Galactic Codex, and understanding universal laws. Because enough is enough. Beloved Empress bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the wild flame. Beloved presence bright, around me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the God flame. Beloved presence bright, round me seal your tube of light. From ascended master flame, call forth now in God's own name. Let it keep my temple free from all discord sent to me. I'm calling forth wildfire to blaze and transmute all desire, keeping on in freedom's name till I'm one with the God flame. So feel the power of that sacred violet flame within you, around you. It's encircling you, enveloping you, that energies of pure love, transformation, joy, happiness, liberation. We're releasing also negativity from our cells and our light body, our mental body, emotional body, from my aura energy field. Sending it back to God, to source. And creating space to embody the energies of unconditional love, Christ Sophia consciousness. That's the energies of golden, platinum, diamond, light. And from that space and place, right? When you do this each and every day, then you can send these energies of peace and love to the entire world. Well, it started with ourselves, with our family, town and city, country. And the West. The West Hemisphere. And now let's focus on the countries that are struggling, where the war is raging. It's the Ukraine, Russia. We can envelop those countries with that loving violet flame. And may those energies touch hearts to all the people that are now suffering and that are going through extremely difficult times. If people just knew how much power they have within themselves, instead of always turning outward, right? The external world and what the president or government has to say, and the kingdom of heaven is within. Know yourself and be free. Guys, this is just a game. And we're repeating this history of the negative aliens again and again and again. The history of the Nazis, right? Of the fallen archangels, the Anunnaki. Even the Bible. It's all about them. It's nothing to do with the true teachings of Yeshua. So anyway, praying for the people in the east continent, in this east hemisphere of the earth. And it's just so sad that we have to again go through all these suffering and it's another war, so more and more people can start awaken and see all this deception and lies and the perversion, the signs of totalitarianism and the corruption that's coming from those politicians or high-ranking military officers, right? That choose choose darkness, or they were blackmailed. We never know, so there's no judgment. But it's time to end all that. We cannot continue like this. Encourage everybody to take a little bit time for yourself. Find that time, find that space at home in your room. Know that there is that altar in that sacred chamber of your heart where you can go each and every day, or just pray and meditate. There's that eternal spark within you. So having touch with that, right? And then building that momentum, increasing that light quotient within you, around you. That's how we can then help others and be of service, fulfill the divine plan on earth. Not my will, by done be done. Abunda bashmaya nitka de shamoch. Tete ma kutach. Nechwe tibiana aikana de bashmaya ahbaad ah. Havlan lach madazun kanan yaumana. Wash boklan chobain wachtahin. Aikana dafkanan schwachen lahayabain. Wala dachlan lanesuna. Elapatsan min bisha. Mitu de lachemal kuta wache lawatashbuhta. La alam amin. Amen. I was praying for Russia, of course, as well. Imagining those high-level politicians, officials, encircled by the violet flame. So the energies of Holy Mother, of Divine Mother, so they can make the right decisions and bring peace into those countries, into that territory, right? Into those territories. And again, praying for the children, for the nations, for the entire world. One for all for one. Well, it means we're all one family, one race, one heart, one planet. Unity, oneness that comes from that contact, connection, devotion to that inner Christ, the divine spark that is within each of us. Unless you are a native alien, soulless. Yeah, there are all these clones and drones everywhere, so it's good to be aware. of it as well, guys. Okay, so yeah, time to heal our soul, very important. And you guys, the Indigos, right, the ancient races here, we are here to really bring the energies, or the cosmic energies here, anchoring them here, so then people start awakening and start doing their own ascension work, right? Everybody's so busy on the external world, or they're so involved in those external things and forgetting that all is within. So activating the 12th diamond sun DNA, extremely important, okay? And being on the sun, going to nature. What else, guys? I wanted to show you, right? I mean, our chakras, right? I mean, our energy field, right? These are actually energy vortexes, guys. Stargates. We're multidimensional. I mean, our light body is incredible. We have the light body, the crystalline light body, plasma light body, and the ascension codes are here. Even the sun has changed, right? So the founder crystal races, they're here helping us. The solar rishis, the solar dragon kings and queens. Those ancient builder races, they're here helping us. And we're anchoring those energies from extremely high dimensions with those cristalla codes, right? The sound tones. Ka, ra, ya, sa, ta, la, cristalla. That's why it doesn't matter whether you're Hindu, Buddhist, Muslim, Christian, Jew, right? The angelic, luminous, divine beings with 12 strands of DNA, crystalline heart, plasma light body. That's when I talk about the oneness, the unity. We're created in a very special way, right? The babies of the universe, the best of the best DNA codes. Direct connection to God, to source. Creators. We're the creators. And look what we are here creating, right? Chaos to me. Disaster, damage. It has to do with the phantom matrix, right? With those negative aliens siphoning energy from humans from this planet. So protecting ourselves, right? That's the 12D shielding, guys. Lisa Renee. Okay. 12D shielding, the building shielding technique. Unity meditation with Sandra Walter. Quantum manifestation protocol, Marina Jacobi. 5D protocol from Telos, walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude and compassion. Balancing our karma through nutrition. I mean, for me, it was always natural to be either vegetarian or vegan, right? And hopefully soon, I mean, of course, I want to then start doing it just juicing or just fruits and vegetables, and then be breatharian. That's how the indigo races were designed, with their double sun or diamond sun DNA. Okay, but there's that. Let me see. It was also the emerald. Let me see, the diamond and emerald sun DNA matrices were the future races. No mind control, no control, no manipulation, nothing. Loving co-creation. And I can see even for so many people, They're having such a hard time, with all these addictions, right? All these limitations, 5G towers, corruptions, contamination, whether in our food, air, water, name it. It's a lot. And yeah, we inherit those DNA distortion from our parents, right? The karma needs to be transformed, transmuted, so then we can live our lives. That's our dharma. And it's very natural to be of service, helping others, forming communities in unities with ETs, because we have the ET DNA. We are the extraterrestrials. And yeah, we were designed, was the lineages from the universe number 2, the planetara. We are here in our Christos mission. So 5D protocol from Telos, right? The inner earth. That's where our family are as well. They live in peace and harmony. They are the example, the remnants of Lemuria, walking those energies of love and faith and trust and grace and gratitude, and just be the compassionate witness. That's the energy that we're embodying each and every day. And through that kind of composure, right, we can start doing things on the outside world, right? Whether it's opening people's hearts, being nice, expressing our truth through loving kindness, not being triggered, or if we are triggered, we know how to address it, right? Here, write things down, have a paper and pen. PTSD time to heal. Look what happened, Kathy O'Brien. She was sold to that, the 3i8 letter agency, right, to that Project Monarch. Studying the universal laws, we can go over that a little bit. Do some chanting, japa mantra meditation, right? The earth is a planet of odd fire. The earth is the purity God desires. We can imagine the entire world, the entire planet bathing those energies of love and freedom and transformation, transmutation, liberation, forgiveness, joy, and happiness. Very important to be forgiving. But at the same time, know your power, be powerful. The power that comes from within, and have your God-sovereign free boundaries. We're here to inspire people, right? All this control, manipulation, following orders, telling people what to do. I mean, some people need that. You can see that people need to be told what to do. People don't even know how to communicate. And I find it interesting, or it's like bizarre, even people who are on the Ascension journey, or who are very nice people, sensitives, emotional, people have a hard time to express either their truth or what bothers them. So many people even don't want to ask for help, because it's something like, oh, now you're failing, you're a failure. For me, it was never a problem. Maybe also I grew up in Eastern Europe. We have different mentality. Very grateful where I grew up with these beautiful fairy tales, right? On my website, yanakalai.com, you can find themes on how to exit the false matrix, the computer simulation, the phantom matrix. Look at all these people in the mainstream media. It's all phantom. They are running the reversals. They're running the Metatronic codes, the metaverse, right? You can see, you can even feel people who are just computerized, who are just clones or drones. And then you can also, and then tune to the energy or people that there is this love and peace that flows through them, right? And it's natural, because they embody the powerful, beautiful energies of their soul, of their oversoul, of their monad, even avatar selves, right? And I have the connection to the solar rishis, Satya Sai Baba, Mahatavar Babaji, Shri Yukteswar, Paramsa Yogananda. The book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, was just incredible for me to read when I was 21 in Prague. Or the book Alchemist from Paulo Coelho. And then actually a very powerful awakening was for me when I was 13 years old. And again, I was expecting to watch another, movies about World War II, because with school we would go to movies, right? Or even to theaters. Well, we were taught to listen to classical music. I'm very appreciative. But then, here we go. We'll again learn more about Russia, right? USSR. And we watched the movie Never Ending Story. There was incredible activation from the Pleiadians. Like, I was in awe for a couple of days. I just couldn't believe something like that just happened. We watched this movie, Never Ending Story. I had a hard time to even talk about it. That's how impressed I was. How bedazzled I was. I was enchanted. Guys, the 8 steps of yoga for me, I'm a yogi, I'm a yogini. That's why the military, the Marines, don't make prostitute or, that false avatar out of me, okay? Don't tell me what to do. You don't control me, you don't manipulate me, you don't make super soldier out of me, and you don't talk bad about me anymore. Okay, enough is enough. You didn't pull me into that negative side. Even my tribe, my soul groups, right, who are Marines, with their sex games, no thank you. Bye-bye. Here's the Ascension protocol. And you follow those rules if you want that change. Be the change that you want to see in the world, right? It all has to come from within. You cannot change other people. You can only inspire them. Be the change that you want to see. Mahatma Gandhi, right? I'm a soldier of peace. Martin Luther King. Look at those spiritual warriors with their charisma, big heart for change, for the better. Look what happened to them. What happened to John Lennon. Even look what happened to that president in 1950s, right? Their consciousness was hijacked. You can see their third eye being hijacked, right? That was Dwight Eisenhower. And he warned about the danger of the military-industrial complex. I talk about the planetary corporations, right? The ICC, the interplanetary conglomerates corporations. Hooked to working with those negative ones, the dark fleet of the Orion group, of the tall grays, and the Anunnaki, the Anu Elohim, the fallen ones, with their highly advanced technology, exotic weapons, directed energy weapons, black hole technologies. They can move planets. We talk about it, right? That's all guardian materials from Ashayana, or those wonderful newsletters that I've been reading since 2016 from Lisa Renee, Energetic Synthesis. So those guys who are doing the work, who you guys are connecting to us, also, educate yourself, the self-study. And that's what yoga, 8 steps of yoga is all about. The discipline, right? The morals and ethics, the brahmacharya, how to manage your sexual energies. Right? And the military, with all this whole Anunnaki, the high-ranking military officers, go ahead and start doing Kundalini yoga. Channel your energies, right? Because those guys, running the reversals, the Death Star, they have the electrostatic bodies. That's why they're on addiction, right? Or on a street. They don't even know what in the world happened to them. And this is not fair. This is not cool. This is not okay. Galactic Codex, guys, read the Galactic Codex. Right? Bringing everything into divine justice, but we also have to have those inner connections and knowing and understanding, embodying the energies of the law of one, the cosmic sovereign law. We go over some of those natural laws, 13 principles of natural laws. Okay. So I will be preparing there'll be whether a little bit of workshop. We're talking about the Ayurvedic cooking. I am qualified only in basics of Ayurveda, of course. Then I just have a basic, so that's the bachelor degrees BS in psychology. I couldn't continue studying more psychology, the clinical and so on. I knew that everything was indoctrination, was mind control. Had nothing true about, what really life is about the true fabric of reality. That's why I couldn't continue and become a master, right? Masters here in this external licensing. I used to be a massage therapist. I'm a yoga instructor, but I've been doing meditation and really being devoted to the path of yoga for more than 25 years. For me, the way to live and lifestyle is being in an ashram or monastery or some spiritual community. I don't do the restaurants eating meat and that 3D sex, right? And shouting at each other and screaming and yelling and control and manipulation and drinking and smoking and vaping and how cool that is and all these parties with white sugar. No, thank you. So that's not my classification. That's not my soul signature, energy signature, okay? All these hookups. Of course I had my past. Of course I had some of the experiences, tailgatings, right? I was, married to a doctor who became that full bird colonel, right? Going to school of massage. There was this high-ranking military officer from MC. So I have my own experiences. But I know really who I am because I was born like that. Column of light, shining bright. Golden child. Having direct connection to God, to source. And what really makes me happy is talking about this beauty that comes from God. Talking about the Rishi sages, Ramakrishna, right? He had such a love connection to Kali, goddess Kali. And that's me too. That's why I'm a shadow worker. The negative ego needs to be, guys, transformed. It needs to be, it's in a way of understanding and feeling our true divine nature, of understanding and feeling the bliss, the nirvana, samadhi, satchitananda, to all that is. That's what blocks us. So we have to see it for what it is. Write things down. Don't be afraid of your shadow. Don't be afraid of even talking about those things that bother you or irritate you. Right? And we all went through mind control and trauma and drama. But that's why those sensitive souls, highly evolved souls, guys, I'm here for you, even from the military or the Marines. You were abused, violated, right? All this torture, all this rape, all this nonsense. Enough is enough. Nobody deserves this anymore, especially children, right? How they're being tortured, satanic ritual abuse and drinking their adrenochrome, their blood. So then the Gestapo, and the Dracos running the basis and mathematics reversal, they think they'll be, what, eternal or no? They're finite. They're running the finite loop. Also the Leviathans, right? The Cabal, the Illuminati, and look what also happened to these actors, the entertainment industry. Where's some ethics? Where's some yoga? Where's some meditation? Where's some mindfulness? Where's some embodying the virtues of our souls? Come on. Don't be afraid of the darkness. It teaches our lessons. It let us know, oh my God, these are the situations, that I really didn't take care of myself, or these are the people I really allowed in my life because I was worried, I was afraid, I was hoping for the best. But it's time to release all the contracts, all the people, all the situations, transmute all that, and just feel then the power within you, how it's teaching you, and you're holding the pearls of the wisdom so you can help others and share that wisdom with others. Start embracing yourself, loving yourself, right? So really facing the darkness through self-love, self-care, through self-forgiveness and compassion. So, so we are creating the New Earth Society with its new fair jurisdiction, right? And even military branch, whether it's the Space Force. Because we're time to be galactic. We're going quantum. We're going galactic. We're going interstellar, right? And it's all about the truth, integrity, solidarity, fairness, and unity, or the unity in diversity. We are actually tolerating, or how is it? Like, we are appreciating everybody's differences. We're all unique, but at the same time, we all come from that one source, from God. So, let me see, guys. This is the New Earth jurisdiction, Galactic Codex implementation, right? And natural laws as well, guys. Go over that, please, because reading it over and over and over, you're building the momentum. Like, something happens, you're supposed to get a ticket, or the police is stopping you. Just feel the energies. Hey, listen, I'm now for the free world. I'm a soul divine. Don't give me some kind of ticket, or like paying taxes, right? So it goes to black operations, so it goes to the cabal, so it goes to them, so they can wreak havoc again and start again another war, Russia, Ukraine, right? So we have to also pray for all the truckers in Canada or here in the United States, praying for freedom, liberty, sovereignty. I'm God, sovereign, free. And that's what you find in this New Earth jurisdiction here. I'm the authority. I'm God, sovereign, free. I'm the extension of God's divine love and will, right? You can have that in your car and just feel when you feel these injustices from these corporations and even law enforcement, right? I pretty much had a good experiences with the police guys who stopped me. Either I was driving too fast, or there was one time I was driving too low because I was waiting for the police to pass me, right? And he's like, oh, you drive too slow. He stopped me. I was like, well, I was waiting for you to pass through me. Or where are you going? I'm going to Sedona. This guy was shocked. You're going to Sedona? Well, go. I'm not going there. I don't know why that guy was so afraid to go to Sedona, because it happened in Arizona. The other guy's nice guy, young guy. I was driving 92 miles per hour, right? Of course, he stops me, right? He's like, oh, are you aware how fast you were driving? I said, well, maybe 80 miles per hour. No, 92. I said, well, good. I didn't have my race car or Ferrari. I would be driving even fast, right? So anyway, he asked for my license, the license? The driver license. I'm sorry, the driver license. But for some reason, he just like, I told him I'm to Phoenix, Arizona for some reason. It was in Utah. I was just lucky. I was supposed to have so many tickets. The only ticket I got, it was in New York when I was changing my plate from Florida to New York, but I'm back into Florida plate. That energy was bad there. Oh my God. Yeah. So it was very close to New York City, right? That's why yesterday I was meditating. I was on the beach and reciting, right? New York is the city of wildfire. New York is the purity God desires. Guys, you can do simple things like that, whether prayers, meditation, invoking the wild flame. Wherever there is this nonsense happening, all this corruption, right? All this suffering, another war, that's of the negative aliens, okay? We just send love and prayers. But first, of course, we have to establish ourselves in that power of our soul, in that power of our oversoul, right? And bring that avatar self online, so solar riches are here, correcting all the diamond codes of our grit, of our light body, and even our mental body, emotional body, right? Because we were designed as pure and innocent, angelic, luminous, divine beings. 12 strands of DNA, having connection to God, to source, loving co-creation, right? Being sovereign, but at the same time aligned with God's divine will and understanding God's law, right? Universal laws, guys. So this is all here, right? The Galactic Codex, we have the law of divine grace, the law of dividing parties. Where there's a conflict, right? The races are kind of divided for their own protection. But then the conflict, when it's resolved, then the parties, the races can come together and join in mutual communion, the law of balance, guys. So that's why we're here, because so many beautiful souls, right? And it even happened to me. I don't want to have these experiences from the military or marriages or even my DNA earth family. And it's just like, I want to go back to God, to source. But then you have these negative contracts, then you have these horrible negative energies around you, all the karma, the miasma, the trauma, and so on. So, I want to go back to God, to source. But, for some of us, it was so difficult, or is so difficult, right? And we're not being allowed. We're being blackmailed or tortured, constantly being attacked by psychotronic weapons, directed energy weapons from the Nazis or Anunnaki, right? From the military of that negative faction. That's why we are implementing the Galactic Codex. And that's why the law of balance is that, their time is up, okay? The negative ones. And so they do have a chance to look at the consequences of their past actions. Of course, are you going to correct it? Here I have Ascension protocol, okay? So you can support all that, and let's do it. Here are the rules. Here are the guidelines. Here are the boundaries. And here's, you need to learn how to communicate. And so if they accept the Galactic Codex, they'll be forgiven, of course, and then be able to join the Confederation Divine Timing. If they refuse, that there is no bioregenesis for them. Of course, if the DNA has been also damaged more than 30% or 30%, right? Implosion, becoming stardust with no memory. Recall to nothing. Okay? So that's why, bringing that into your consciousness, right? Absorbing those energies into your awareness, bring into awareness, because there are other solutions. How we overcome all this? What are we doing? What's going on? All these injustices, corruptions happening over and over and over, looping. Why are we looping all that? Well, here are the spiritual tools. I'm coming up with the Ascension protocol, and now with the Galactic Codex, it's time to go back to light, to source. Because so many super soldiers, right, or guys in the military trying to go back to light, to God, to source. So many of them died. So many of them, they had to commit a suicide, right? Because the Dracos, the negative ones, they have their own rules. They're not allowing it. Because suddenly they'll be running Christed codes, right? The military, the soldiers, super soldiers, and that would destroy their entire the Neuralink, the super quantum computers. They will not be able to run those anti-life, anti-Christ, anti-human codes, so they can wreak the havoc here in the entire solar system and universe, because they want the total control, manipulation. That's a threat for them. The Christic spiral. So doing the inner work and being on the sun, let's go to the sun, to the beach, activating your DNA, guys, praying, meditating, and just walking those energies, of love and self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness. That's how we build the momentum, raise the frequency vibration, right? Build the light quotient. There's not much they can do, those negative ones. They need to fly away or go to the great central sun for restructuring. And it is what it is. So understanding that, being familiar with that, the law of intervention, because we do have the right, the Galactic Federation has the right to implement the Galactic Codex in all sectors of the universe where the Galactic Codex has been violated. And so we need to also, as humans, humanity, one race, even though you see we're coming from all these star systems and galaxies and planets and universes, the golden rule, how do you want to be treated? That's how you treat others, right? One should treat others as one would like others to treat oneself. And you think there is no law, like the law of cause and effect, what goes around comes around, like the elite, the Satanists, Luciferians, the narcissists, the pedophiles with their sodomy, black magic, witchcrafting, all these horrible recruitments in the military, dining in. Don't you think they'll be facing justice? Oh, they will be, whether in a physical plane, but again, I'm dealing with the galactic stuff, right? So you have the cosmic trials, you have the galactic military tribunals. Off-world, right? There's a breakaway civilization. You have those off-world colonies, right? Even the Nazis went to Antarctica, the underground military bases. You guys, everything is monitored, whether from the good guys, bad guys. What are you choosing? And it's been already chosen, right? The timeline split is, guys, visible. It's just, you can't fake it anymore. Shoving down under the carpet, the pain, the sorrow, the trauma, the shadow body, the pain body is not going to work. Everything is coming to the surface on a personal level, right? Family level, social level, country level, and those who were in those highest positions, right, the entire infrastructure, and you see now who is working for what, whether people are, of course, they're bright, they're blackmail. So don't forget that there's no judgment, criticism. You cannot do that. That's why it's so important to educate yourself as much as possible and find peace within yourself, find understanding, and just be the compassionate witness. That's how we're going to make the difference, because we want a peace, right? Peace that passes all understanding. That's actually what I want, because I had enough of all these nonsense and torture and attacks and in the tyranny and the totalitarianism, right? And look at this again, another war in Russia, in Ukraine. This is just no thank you. This needs to end. And the Galactics are here, the solar rishis are here, just to let you know that actually things are getting better and better. But it's all about tuning into those energies, and understanding, how this all operates and what really happened, the true galactic history, the true earth history. Extremely important. So joining for all these meditation. Now there's the new earth grid, right? The new earth jurisdiction, the Galactic Codex, and so on. So here we go. We have the 13 principles of natural laws. Guys, this is again Lisa Renee. You can find it on my website, or you can Google that. You can do Ascension glossary and so on. So you know what, let me end that and let me start it next time. I'm here in a parking lot, and so we're kind of this is a parking lot here for sure. People are parking, I guess, going to the beach. There's a public parking. So many blessings and namaste. I'll talk to you next time. Bye bye.